Yo, 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 it's your boy Darshawn Smith, aka the Positivity God, also known as my friends want to call me for some reason now, Big D. And that is, in reference to my name and nothing else, of course. But what's up, my party people? It's your boy Darshawn Smith back again for another episode of the Positivity Hour, as you can see in the lovely Black Panther, like Wakanda Forever fonts. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, this is episode 7. The running title I'm going with right now. If it gets published like this, then good job, Darshawn. You actually can think of some creative stuff. But running title, drastic times call for drastic measures. You'll see over the next little bit what I'm talking about here. This week again, got some music going. If you watched the last podcast, yeah, I got copyrighted hard on the YouTube version. I didn't think Shrimp was doing that well now, but he's doing well. I can't even drink water. I'm all out. I drank too much, I guess. Get that last little sip in. I mean, I guess I could drink this blue juice right here, valve oil for the trumpet. But man, can't even say, man. Let's stop. Let's as a society try to stop using male generics and get on back on topic here. Obviously this is the greeting and intro. You've heard the little ad, and you heard the intro song and everything. So make sure you reach out, provide a question or something. I think the next video I'm gonna reach out on my social medias and ask people for topics to talk about, questions and stuff, and get some people involved. Maybe even do a phone call conference thing and get some people on the show, and or potentially meet up in a parking lot, but stay socially distant ourselves from everybody else, but still have like an in-person type of interaction with people. So look alive. But yeah, so this concludes the greeting and intro, which we're gonna segment straight into the what's this, 2, 4, 6, 7 topics we have to talk about today. And the first topic is friends, as in some close friends of mine. Actually, I'm gonna leave this playlist real quick and pull up their Spotify. They go by the Dash Boys. It's Brandon and my friend Julian. Stanley makes the cover art, and I'm gonna do the music videos. It's a little group. It's mostly just Brandon and Julian and Stanley. But eventually, if we ever do make a music video, like I do make YouTube videos and such too. So if you're listening to this on like Spotify or something else, I'm gonna show you eventually. Do I do make vlogs and stuff too. So feel free to actually look alive for a video, But their Spotify, they go by the Dash Boys, They got 2 songs here. One's called Take Care, and the other one's called Chicken Noodle Soup, and they're working on EP right now. And here's Chicken Noodle Soup. It's a bop. If you can see that, hopefully the camera can focus on that. If it doesn't, then too bad. But yeah. We're gonna hope it did. Just listen real quick.
Girls looking at me like I'm not a hoe. Addicted to her love like it's fucking.
This is Julian right here.
Heart's gonna stop. I'm solo. Please come back. I'm lonely.
I need you back like my nicotine. Hey,
your love got me like a fucking thing.
Okay.
I really wanna tell you
that I care about you. Chicken noodle soup, tastes really good, just like you. No matter what.
If you want to get the full song, you know what you got to do. Search Dash Boys on all platforms. I mean, all platforms. I just personally have Spotify Premium, so that's what I use. But let's get back into this background music before we get too bored up in here. But since I'm also on my phone, I also it'd be a crime if I didn't promote myself. I also want to promote my friends Katie and Claire. They have a talk show. Not a talk show, podcast. I learned the difference between a talk show and a podcast yesterday. They have a podcast. It's called Small Talk with Katie and Claire. If you can, give them a follow. They definitely do interesting things every now and then. They talk about unique things, and obviously they have a unique perspective on what's going on right now. And if you wanna, expand your opportunities, you know what I'm saying, and not just expand your opportunities, expand your horizons, and diversify your portfolio. Do your justice and go check them out. Okay. But something just popped up on my phone that's perfect for a topic we're going to talk about later. But like I said, we'll talk about that later. Till then, I'm just going to pull up my own podcast. If you are watching this on YouTube or whatever respective location, my podcast, The Positivity Hour, is, in fact, on Spotify, as you can see right here. It's coming to Apple Music soon. You can also go get it on Anchor, and that's what I use to distribute it. I record it and everything my own self, so I don't need that. But it's also on Google Podcasts, so whatever I'm saying, like whatever platform you have, just go give it a listen. Okay, we're everywhere. Just type Darshawn Smith in, or more so The Positivity Hour, and my name will pop up eventually. But just to include the last two, I'm also on radio. What's it called? The Radio Public and Breaker. I'm on all of those. Soon to be on Apple Music and. I forget the other one, maybe like Radio Shack's thing or whatever. It's getting there slowly but surely. But let's switch this song and let's keep moving on. Keep on progressing. So the next topic I want to talk about is online college. I just concluded the second week of online college, and I can tell you, boy, does this crap suck. Like, don't even get me twisted. Like, I am one of the most positive, optimistic people you're ever gonna meet. Everything you've seen is like legit. We want to take everything. It's whatever's said, unfiltered completely, and it's going straight online, So if I say something controversial, it's, the whole world can see it. Maybe that'll blow me up, get some people coming my way. But online college, though, I love it, because don't get it twisted, I'm extremely privileged and fortunate that I can be in a position where I can get higher education and like afford it. One, because in America it's big ups, but get good at writing papers, as in them scholarships that come in clutch, boy. And also, to go along with that, just know that like I said, like I was saying before, like I'm extremely privileged and fortunate to do that, but like it's not the same as the in-person thing. And this whole like coronavirus, the COVID-19 thing going on right now, definitely like sucks a lot. I mean, hold on, like you see this, right? For all the people who are listening to this, you can't see my face, but like it sucks. Like, can I fully like express the suckiness of the online college? Like, it's just. It's tough, but it's cool because I'm at home and I can like play my music as loud as I want. I can turn up if I'm frustrated. I can literally walk away from class, and because I'm not sitting in the front anymore. You know what I'm saying? Like it's like there's always like two sides to everything. So although I say it sucks, obviously I'm saying in those suckiness things, the category of that is just lacking. You know what I'm saying? There's also that category. Yes, that category that is just perfect. It's amazing, and it's something better that you would not be able to have it was something you would not have been able to like do or achieve if you weren't affected in some sort of type of way. So overall, my 2-3 minute breakdown, or not 2-3 minute, but like my 2-3 like sentence breakdown on college is it's absolutely garbage, but at the same time it's alright. Wouldn't recommend, but like it's better than no college. So there we go. Moving on to a big thing that is really relevant to what we were just talking about. Now that I just felt my hair, this is the first time I did my hair this week, and I barely did it. I was like, wow, I'm about to be on this camera. Might as well look somewhat presentable, as in, look like a bum like I do every day, I'm not trying to impress anybody. I'm not saying I'm taken or something, but like, we just don't need a relationship. We just chilling. We staying positive by ourselves and just doing our own thing. We moving and grooving, working consistently. To be honest, I feel like I don't even have the time for like a girlfriend or something. But like, that's a whole nother topic. But back onto topic here is social media and how it has an off switch. This comes to like the Drastic Times call for drastic measures. Part of the this thing right here, like the title of this podcast, episode 7, the Positivity Hour, we lit. Peep the LEDs in the background, they lit too. I could change them, go rainbow. But back to the one we were on real quick, so we can, stay consistent. Yeah, actually, we'll put on the bigger one. Social media, like Snapchat, Instagram, Facebook, so many other things like it. there's a lot of people concerned and voicing their opinions and stuff right now, and this is something we're going to talk about afterwards, but like the mental health of like people who are concerned or going through tough times or whatever, and a lot of that comes by just seeing like things online, and it sparks like anxiety because of that. And like my biggest thing that I stress to people, or like try to stress to people like often, is like social media has an off switch. Like my dog, like you okay, like simply, okay, like I've been on Snapchat all day. I sent like a streak this morning, and like my phone's been on Do Not Disturb. I wrote a paper today. I took a test today, like, and it's Saturday when I'm recording this. Like that's one thing. I can't even say online college as a whole sucks. It's just like college in a whole sucks because you're like, you don't get a day off. My head hurts just thinking about it. But social media has an off switch, and like if you're ever feeling uncomfortable or feeling in a position to where you cannot like properly stay positive to like the extent that like you want to get to, you know, don't be afraid to like delete the app. Don't be afraid to log off for a few hours. Don't be afraid to just set your phone down and walk away. Like, do you ever do that? Do you ever set your, like, obviously I know like in today's age you never know when you'll need to like reach someone, but I'm saying, do you ever just like leave your phone at home and like go to the store or like walk up and down the street a few times and just like it's something like our society struggles with, especially people my age. Like I'm 18 years old, I'm almost 19, and I could definitely tell you like you know how humans touch their face every like 50 minutes, you know what I'm saying? That's one thing that makes this whole coronavirus thing spread even faster. But it's like people look at their phones and touch it and just flip it and do all these random things all the time, and it's really just concerning. And it's like it's a lot of it just comes down to like self-discipline and knowing that if you want to get to where you're trying to get to, and if you can take the time to, you know, sit back, self-reflect and be like, yo, this and this are going wrong in my life, and this is how I fix it. One of those may be simply just taking time away from your electronic device and all like communications with people that aren't in like person, and just, you know, just take time off, you know what I'm saying? It's not no paid leave, you're not taking a vacation to the Bahamas, but like it's a social media detox, you could say, is definitely what you call it, and especially in this drastic time, it calls for this drastic measure, and that's a lot of that gets people hyped up there. But you know, speaking of hyping people up, people who hype people up make a lot of money on the YouTubes and other social media platforms. The next talking point obviously is like money, and like what's going on currently in our government, like our economy and other stuff. Like I'm not gonna get super like all political yet, you know what I'm saying, and I'm not gonna get all factual, because like strictly I feel like if I'm gonna talk about something like politically speaking, I would like to have like a fact or something behind it, or be able to like bring up statistics or quotes even that people have said, because you know, or we're not here to spread misinformation, we're not here to talk about rumors, we're here to have an informal discussion about social issues from the perspective of a sociology major in college, okay? Now how money has to do with this. Obviously this is a drastic time. Not sure if you know, but like 10 million-ish plus people, not I was gonna say minus, but no, it was 3.3 the first week, 6.6 the second week, and obviously there's change in there, and those equal 9.9, but obviously there's already more that have filed. That are 10 plus million people in our country that have filed for unemployment, you know? As in, like, they don't got a job because they got laid off, or their business just closed forever, and so what do they do income-wise now? Just today, the government started rolling out these stimulus checks, you know? But personally, like, I understand, like, what's the purpose of it, but, like, at the same time, you're just printing extra dollar bills, you know, to, like, do it. Like, my personal opinion about, like, some stuff we could, like, do to change, and, like, adapt better to, like, this whole coronavirus situation, is to simply, one, close everything, and two, just like make everything low-key free for like a month or two until like everything's good, and then figure out how we can collectively as a nation recover, you know what I'm saying? Like everyone's affected by this in some way, shape, form, or fashion. Like I know people who have been affected by COVID. I know I was, you know, I'm not gonna say that. Just know that like everyone's affected, you know. in some way, shape, form, or fashion by this, and a lot of it is like the money aspect of it. Even if you're rich, you know, you're feeling it in your pocketbook because the economy was, it was doing all right or whatever, you know what I'm saying? But now it's just like, oh. And if you got investment portfolios, they're not looking good right now. Eventually they will be, but it's like, can you afford to wait those many years to get it back up? Because, you know, it took a lot of years to get where we're at now. So, yeah, more than just 4. But, you know, we're going to talk about that fact later. Moving on back to mental health, we're almost actually done. I don't even know how long this video is. I guess I'm about to just crank these topics out and then just go on a super motivational thing at the end, you know what I'm saying? But if I can make this nice, short, and sweet, just something, nice little tidbit or something, you know, you could listen to pass your day. I know a lot of y'all are at home anyways, or, you know, not too many people are out driving cars or doing stuff like that. So, like, you know, it works perfectly. You know, give your boy a follow on the respective platforms and stuff, and, you know, just support the kid, okay? University of Iowa out here, you know, we trying. Back on topic though, dealing with mental health. I explained earlier how like social media can play into like a person's health, and how that can like, how you can like remedy that simply by just, you know, logging off of social media. But I was thinking about this one day. I was like, people are, especially in like April, because it's been raining all day today. It's super gray, especially when it gets like really weathery. Like, people are already like naturally depressed. Like, studies show the weather, no matter where you are, affects your mood, attitude, and behavior. And I could definitely say that, like, we just talked about this in my social justice class the other day, talking about like refugees from like very like tropical climates where like, or like desert areas where like they have like 20 days of clouds and rain like a year. So when they come to a place like America as like a refugee or something, like they get depressed, and they're like, I've never been depressed before. And like people, like especially like social workers and other stuff, have to explain to them that literally like the weather is the cause of that. And like going back to like mental health, when I bring that up, I'm saying in means of like how people are reacting and responding to COVID-19. If you are a avid listener, you can tell the music has stopped, but I was changing playlists. So let's go back into the lo-fi jazz hip-hop. We gotta watch this Audible ad real quick, you know. Get your money up, not your funny up, okay? Back to the track though. I was thinking how like people are naturally depressed and like always feel some type of way like off the get-go no matter what. But then I was like, yo, if you're forcing people to stay inside and have very extremely like limited interactions with people, like I feel like that's gonna affect people's like mindsets and like mental health even more than it already has. So I feel like, although like after this whole like COVID-19 coronavirus Rona, or like in Iowa we just see like all this going on, you know what I'm saying? We don't even call it what it is. We're gonna have to, you know, obviously dig our way out of this recession that we're gonna be in. You know, it can't be a recession till like it's down for like 2 consecutive quarters or whatever. But like, you know, once this quarter 1 of the year is almost over or whatever, about to get quarter 2 that ends in like July. You know what I'm saying? After like there's like in the U.S. like 2/3 of like our like economy is like what's it called? Oh, geez. It's like when people are just... It's e-commerce, not e-commerce. Just like commerce, business, as in like... I'm blanking on the word. It starts with an R. It's not reality. It's not reality. It's just like when you sell stuff, okay? I just can't think of it right now, and I don't edit these, so I'm not gonna, you know, be like, cut, you know what I'm saying, and come back later. But just so like our economy is so driven, as in like it's solely driven on people buying stuff. And I'm not sure if you've been known or been like aware of what's going on, but like everything's closed, businesses are closing down, and the few businesses that are open obviously are booming, but like they're booming in the wrong types of ways. So obviously it's not like that's gonna offset everything that's happening. And like just today, like it just got announced that a few more businesses that are local to me and Iowa City, where I also live sometimes, I'm from Cedar Rapids though, are closing, never to be opened again. So obviously we're gonna deal with those aspects and things to have to recover out of, you know, the COVID-19. But a big thing we're gonna have to deal with is the social impact that COVID-19 has, and like a big thing I talked about some of my friends and I was how, look, when are we ever gonna go back to a normal? You know what I'm saying? For all you people who are listening, I did normal with air quotes there. You know, maybe you could hear it in my voice, but like it's okay. I'm working on getting a mic too, so I can do like ASMR. You know what I'm saying? So I hope you enjoy, but it's okay. Take the camera audio for now. But yeah, so I feel like, you know, there's gonna be like mass like mental societal health problems, and I don't mean to like subtly plug my major, but like moments like these are like perfect to where like my major will be always relevant to some extent. And like I had this conversation with my professor the other day. She was like, you know, I'm not gonna lie with you, Darshan. I was beginning to question, like, why is my job, you know, still relevant? And this happened. And she's already wrote a few research papers about it, especially ones talking about the mental health aspect of it and just how people are gonna recover as a whole, like financially and like personally, mentally, you know. And it's just super nice. And like in our class, we have to write a policy brief to where like if we were in a position of power to enact change, like what would we personally do? And we're gonna have to like think it out, provide resources, graphs, data, like numbers, you know. Like this is a real class. It's almost a junior level class, and I'm a first year in college, you know. So I'm it's a lot. I'm not gonna lie, but you know I can do it. I got an A in the class right now. I actually have all A's and like 1B right now. So for being online college in my second semester in college, you know, we're doing all right. But you know that's a whole topic for another time. I'll save that for the end. I can't I never know to do like the how I'm doing as a person recap in the beginning or the end, but it looks like we're gonna do it in the end today. But we're gonna move on. This next bullet point literally is everything I just talked about, coronavirus / social distancing. But the one I want to talk about real quick that not a lot of people are talking about, but like the conversation is growing every day, is how black people or like persons of color, just African Americans, like specifically more, I guess, are at an extremely higher risk of dying and like being affected like exponentially like worse by the coronavirus than like their lighter skin like European American white counterparts, you know what I'm saying? And it mostly comes down to the pre-existing health conditions and disparities there are among like the healthcare for each racial group. And like it sucks that like that's even exists, because like race is like such a like socially constructed thing. It's like, yeah, there's no denying that like we're the same person, like we just, you know, look different, but it's like, why do we have to categorize so strongly and like discriminate against a person just because their skin is slightly darker than like you? Like when, like what makes your lighter skin better, you know? Like if we're being completely like objective here, you know, there are certain instances where with you with your lighter skin, you're not gonna be faring as well as me, you know what I'm saying? So if it's really gonna be like real recognize real, like who's the superior based off of what I just said? But it's okay, because in my mind, in my lovely positive brain, we are all equals, because you know we all bleed the same color, we are all homo sapiens, and we all share this giant rock, okay? And there's no change in that yet, you know what I'm saying? Once we colonize another world or like the moon or something, this conversation is going to change a little bit. But for right now, we are all the same. We are just, it's like, why do you think zebras don't discriminate against like the white zebras with black stripes and black zebras with white stripes? Okay, they're all just zebras. I always forget to like refocus the camera or something like midway through the video, because eventually, like I think it just like stops recording or something. I noticed like the camera like the lens like collapsed back in, so I was like, dang, it stopped recording. But back, I think I ended with talking about the zebras, you know, and just fully like the idea that you know, we humans, we're all the same, you know what I'm saying? The only thing that's different is like what we societally and like systematically have like discriminated against like people of color and other people who don't align like you. What I was talking about before it stopped recording was like the lack of health insurance and the pre-existing conditions, specifically speaking how like in northern states like Minnesota, Wisconsin, and Michigan, they have large percentages of their coronavirus related deaths are like 50% to 70% of those like deaths are from African American people, yet they only represent 20 to 30% of the overall population. You know what I'm saying? So like the data shows that like there's something going on there, and luckily like with my major and the people I interact with on the daily basis, like it's like our job to like look at that and be like, okay, there's something wrong with that. That's terrible. Why? And what can we do about it? And what we can do about it is, you know, one, not force people to go and vote you know, during a pandemic, but that's a whole nother topic that we were talk about in like 5 minutes, because I'm not gonna lie, I'm just gonna go on a little rant about Donald Trump. I'm gonna say some things he did good, you know, like I'm gonna do like the positive negatives, you know, I'm gonna say some things he did good, I'm gonna say some things he did bad, and then we're gonna talk about Bernie, okay? And then we're gonna talk about me, and the video is gonna be over. About 10 more minutes, guys. Not even guys, girls, and everybody else in between, okay? Let's be inclusive of everyone now. But coronavirus, social distancing, black people. What we can really do, and this is one thing Donald Trump did good the other day, was like Donald Trump, very interesting person. I'm not sure if you know, but you know I don't really like him too much, you know, and but I have to say it was really interesting how he came out during the coronavirus press briefing, and you know, for once, other than promoting himself to run for president in 2020, he, you know, did something good and like statistically talked about how, you know, there's something going on with black people, you know, not like they're acting up or whatever, you know, like how the coronavirus is affecting them at a rate that is like you know, it's just I almost said awe-inspiring. It's like, it's terrible. It's something that's so crazy and makes you wonder, like, what are we doing or have done in the past that has, like, created that? And I love how Donald Trump stated that on, you know, his press conference, and was like, we need to talk about this. This is a conversation that, like, we need to keep going. His advisors were saying it for a minute, but it was just really nice to hear the president of our country address people who look like me and say that, you know, there's something going on here and we're gonna do our best to fix it. We all know darn well he ain't doing jack diddly squat to fix it, but you know, it's the thought that counts, okay? You know, just going on a little rant about Trump. Like I said, don't really like this man. I like him because like obviously like the best analogy I have for this is like not like wanting him to succeed is like wanting the pilot of your plane you're on going like transatlantic, you know, to like crash and burn in the middle of the ocean. You know what I'm saying? Obviously, I don't want him to fail. I don't want him to, you know, be a not so intelligent person. I don't want him to look a fool, you know, because him doing all that reflects that on me, and you know I want to make it to the other side, so I'm trying to get him to the other side too. But definitely when it comes around to the other side, I'm not voting for him. I'm Gucci because, you know, look, because I'm not sure if you can see, but this man is really not paying attention to the facts. He's beating the bush. He's dipping in. He's as my brother Naeem would say, you know, he plays football for Rice University. He what's it called? It's like, yeah, dip and drive. Like, he's going straight around it, okay? Like, all the questions. And I love how I always love how he attacks reporters. And like, this is one of the biggest things that frustrates me, is when the reporters are quoting him. Sometimes even like showing him videos of what he said and stuff, you know, okay, maybe not showing him videos, but like literally like for word quoting from like a live his own press conference on like Fox News too, because he's like, if it's not on Fox, it's fake news. You know what I'm saying? Like on Fox, you said this, and they literally say what he said back. He's like, oh, fake news. Where'd you get that? That is terrible. That is wrong. I'm like, Donald Trump, I'm pretty sure the whole freaking nation heard when you said if voting was easier, there never would be another Republican elected on Fox News. Like, the whole world heard that, buddy. Like, you can't deny the fact that you said that. You know, there are so many more things that just frustrate me about Donald Trump, but like they all combined into like that. Like, he's so like confident in his ignorance and stupidity that it's just like, it just really is unfortunate and sucks that you are not open-minded enough to listen to some of the intelligent people around you. But I feel like personally, all the people around you are dumb as a box of rocks. You only put them in because they gave you some dollar signs to get elected. You know what I'm saying? like objectively speaking, if you wanted some intelligent people, like you would have did it now, and then two, you would have actually like not put your friends in your office with you, because they obviously ain't helping you, pal, and it's obviously reflected. And I personally feel like if Donald Trump gets reelected, I hope we at least win the Senate, so then we can, I'm not saying we need to block bills and stuff, I'm saying we need to get some creative ideas that, you know, can get passed through. And especially one of the big things I heard in the news, and like reporters talking about it, especially, is like how like slow Donald Trump's response to the whole coronavirus thing. And like this is the biggest thing that's frustrated me, when Trump always talks about how like he was like one of the first people to like take coronavirus serious and test lots of people and this and that, you know what I'm saying? And it's like, Donald Trump, like that is the most false statement I've ever heard. And I don't care if you personally know me and you're a Trump supporter and you want to not be my friend after this. You know, I'm a registered independent, so I'm speaking from the middle perspective. Obviously I lean a little left, you know, I'm a little bit more blue than red, and red's my favorite color. But I'm just saying, like factually speaking, Donald Trump, you literally downplayed the situation for weeks when other countries instantly took it serious and started testing people. Best example I have of this is South Korea. We got our first case on the same exact day, sometime in late June, like June 20th something, you know? And with like a few weeks later, like South Korea had already tested 8,000 people, and how many did we test? 800. Like, not like per capita wise, they were just outdoing us. And like when a reporter asked like, what are you doing to get onto the level of like smaller nations, like per capita wise at least, of like just like South Korea, for example. And Donald Trump literally said out loud that the population of Seoul was 38 million, which is so incredibly false. It's 9 million. We're not even going to talk about that. But like the main point I'm trying to get across here, and like Donald Trump's like false claims and stuff, are like he is just so far from the truth. And when he says like he was ahead of the game, it's like, Donald Trump, we are the last country on the earth to like do anything about this, and we're so called the best, most like best, like the I don't know how else to like phrase this other than like the best country in the world. It's like, yo, if we were the best country in the world, we would be leading and pioneering these technologies, these practices, and like all these forms and stuff. And we can see many examples. Like I said, South Korea, their curve is flat. It's almost going down. Do you know how many new cases they had yesterday? Like 33, okay? Do you know how many new cases we had in like 5 hours today? Like 2,000, okay? Obviously, that number's probably a little skewed. I'm inferring here, but I'm saying we're still on we're almost on a vertical climb where, which is terrible. It's actually terrible, and people are still dying. But where other countries on the earth that like we got our first case on the same day that we're even closer to where the disease and virus started from, they're about to go down. And they're chilling. They're about to open back up. And Donald Trump's trying to open the country back up to travelers and stuff like next week. It's like Donald Trump won. That's like I just. And if you can't see the problem with this, I want you to like comment or something, and I want your phone number, and I want you to talk me through this, okay? I'm like, what you're not understanding, because I personally don't get how someone cannot understand if we're still exponentially going up and hundreds of thousands of people are being affected like daily, you know, maybe not daily, but like thousands of people most definitely are being infected daily. That does not mean you open your country back up. You haven't done jack diddly crap, you know, to like properly adjust, you know, and actually like get somewhere, you know. So let me get off this Donald Trump topic, because you know I could keep going forever, but I told you I'd only talk for another like 5 to 10 minutes, so we just gonna stick true to our word. But long story short, you know, Donald Trump, very interesting person. You can't run the country like a business, okay? And at the end of the day, the best leaders, you know, are accountable for like their mistakes and say, yes, I said that, it was wrong, my bad, you know. And even if you don't want to apologize for it, at least like take accountability, be like, heck yeah, I said that, dog. Like anything other than just denying the fact that you said it. And the biggest one last thing, and then we're gonna move on to like Bernie Sanders dropping out of the race. It's like when Donald Trump gets all frustrated about like the press quoting him, it's like Donald Trump. I don't get what you're saying when you say like something is fake news, and especially like Trump supporters too. They're like, oh, it's fake news. I'm like, no, dog. It is the realest of the realest news. We are living in the 21st century. We have cameras that take whatever's happening in the real world and show it to you anywhere else in the world live. You could be 2 feet away watching it on a screen and it's right there, or you could be on the whole other side of the globe in the middle of the ocean. I mean, if we got the technology, you can be in space watching it. You know what I'm saying? Like you can't dispute something you said on live TV. You said it. Just take responsibility for it. Move on. Everyone makes mistakes. No one is faulting you for making the mistake. I feel like the biggest fault is like you not taking responsibility for it and then learning from it so you don't do it again. Yet you about to do it again. But Bernie Sanders here. My man's dropped out of the race. I'm not voting for Joe Biden. Well, I'm obviously going to vote for Joe Biden if he is our, nominee. But, he's the only person in the race, so he's probably going to be our nominee. But, like, I don't like Joe Biden. He don't like me. And, as in, like, he's not the friendliest towards people of color, you know what I'm saying? If not, do some research on, like, bills he's supported and stuff, A lot of people are voting for him. They're like, oh, he was Obama's vice president. He's a great vice president, a great follower, okay? I don't know about the leader thing. Because when he was leading, he wasn't looking out for people who look like me. And that's a big concern. And I hope, if anything, at least if he becomes president, if he becomes president, hopefully he's better than his past and can realize that like the things he was talking about 20, 30 years ago are not the best and like don't actually support or are relevant to like all people, you know what I'm saying? So that's it. But this is the end of the list, so I'm just gonna like talk about myself for like 30 seconds to a minute and then just end it. So me personally, I'm doing all right now. Donald Trump has me really frustrated, and online college also has me really frustrated. I can't really say one frustrates me more. They both are just equally frustrating, you know what I'm saying? Obviously that's a lie. Did you not hear the sarcasm in my voice? Obviously I don't agree with our president on a lot of things. Occasionally I agree with him, and I try really hard to like go out of my way to view the news on more conservative, neutral, and more liberal platforms, because I definitely want to be the type of person that can look at it from all perspectives, because after all, that's what I'm doing here. That's what I try to do. That's why when I started talking about Donald Trump, the first thing I said was something good he did. You know what I'm saying? I'm not just gonna bash the man. That's terrible. For people who do that, like a lot of liberal people do that. It's like you're missing the mark here. You're no better than him, the person that's doing it. But there's a good and a bad side to everything. So if you're gonna talk about the bad, make sure you talk about the good. If you're gonna talk about the good, make sure you bring up the bad. You know what I'm saying? No one's perfect, and it's for you to decide and go out of your way to do your own research. That's the biggest thing. Do your own research and just get the bread, because I know you can. Okay. Speaking of getting the bread, I've been getting the bread a lot. I need to go get some water right now. My mouth is dry, son. But getting the bread a lot, like college, like I said, I have all A's and like 1 or 2 B's right now. They're giving us the option to like pass-fail stuff, but like, hey, I'm looking all right. I'm not gonna need to pass-fail jack. And so it's looking right now. If I can keep my grades, we're trying extremely hard. It's a Saturday, and I've been writing papers and doing stuff all day. So man, we have no days off. I think tomorrow may be my day off. I may work a little bit after this is done right here, and for like stuff I gotta do Monday, just to like have a more relaxed day. But other than that, we're chilling. So it's been nice. I really hope this Corona thing gets over sooner rather than later. But it all comes down to the practices we do collectively, healthy or not, and the leadership and policies that we have and that will be soon in place. So I just hope the people who are actually in a position of power to do something about our current situation, like actually like do something that'll last longer than like 5 seconds, and or actually benefit people other than help hurt them. You know what I'm saying? So on that note, thank you for listening to me rant for a little bit. We staying positive out here. We living our best life. And like I said, if you have any questions, concerns, comments, make sure you put them in the comment section below, or DM me on like Instagram at _positivity_God, or just Darshawn Smith, and like everything else. And make sure you listen to the podcast a few times on all platforms, well, almost all platforms, but YouTube, Spotify, Breaker, Radio Public, you know what I'm saying, and Google Podcast. And on that note, for the people who are watching the video and everybody else who's listening along, I love and appreciate you all. Make sure you stay positive or not. You know, the choice is yours. But a big thing is make sure you like, subscribe, dislike, unsubscribe. I don't care what you're doing, as long as you're staying positive, or at least trying to. That's all I'm asking for, okay? We out. And, yeah, I guess we're going to finish on the Dash Boys. And, yeah, so. Cruising through the city with my eyes closed. You look like an iPhone. I need you back. I'm so lonely. We out.
Just like you, no matter what I do, you're the one I choose. Death won't stop me unless he shoots straight through. I'm drowning under all of these emotions. Waiting is getting kinda boring. My niggas telling me she ain't important, but fuck 'em bro, I'ma keep going. Her love to me feels like a potion. Imbued with warmth, yeah, she had me floating. My heart
see that?
is the one it's chosen.
Lit.
And her love game got me feeling frozen.
Hey.
Poured your love, drained it in a flask. Yeah. Downed it all, yeah, I knocked it back.
Knocked it back.
She has a heart of gold, but it's made of glass. Her love's a ball of string and I'm the cat.
Hey, I'll catch y'all later. We out. I love y'all.
Clean like the dead, I won't let go. Please give me a call, I'm going loco. Body went by feelings, I'm solo. Please come